Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in for another live session. As usual, it's Thursday, so today we started a little bit earlier. Thank you so much for watching us. Here with me is my dear colleague Gaetano. As you remember him, he missed last one session, I think.
Yes.
So if you were following us last week, we were speaking about skilled immigration, which was for truck drivers and all of these needed positions in Canada. And today we are going to be your IELTS tutors. So we're going to cover a little bit more about the IELTS and how everything is working and what you can expect. So are you excited?
I'm always excited. When it comes to IELTS, our clients always come to us and they have this fear about doing an IELTS test. And I don't understand why. I mean, I speak English, but the test is very, very simple. It's basic. It's not the academic. It's the general test is the one that we do. So it's we're going to go through a couple of them. Maybe we'll touch on a sample or two, but we'll give you an idea on how simple it is and where to go online to find out where you can do sample testing.
Of course, and let's first say that there is, of course, two types of IELTS testing, academic and general. We are going to cover general testing because this is what is required for immigration to Canada. If you're looking to immigrate to another countries also, please note that your IELTS will be okay for New Zealand, Australia, UK, and of course, Canada. So this is the proof. We're not just only talking about Canada. You can also do IELTS for other countries as well, where it's highly accepted. Okay, so when it comes to IELTS, general IELTS, you will have 4 segments to do. So it's going to be speaking, reading, writing,
Listening.
and listening. Yes. So each of these tests will be you will have time frame to do them. However, the whole test will be 2 hours and 45 minutes. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. So you're going to be tested on each segment, obviously, and then we look at the whole score, and I'm sure you'll pass, and you'll move on to the next stage with our programs.
Yes, of course. And what we should always advise you, and we always say to our clients, you can practice a lot. Just practice online. You have exact examples of tests to do online. You can log into IELTS.org for just to check your knowledge and to check what level you would be. So this is always highly appreciated to do testing before.
Mm-hmm. Like I say, it's simple. You may find it difficult when you start, but like anything, even like the job that you're doing now or anything in life, everything looks difficult until you start doing it, you start practicing. Things become easier. So the more you practice, the easier the test will be. And when you go to give your IELTS test, you'll be surprised how well you do.
Exactly. And today me and Gaetano, we were trying to find some examples for you guys, so you will have the insight of what you can expect. It's not going to be much, but we just wanted to make simple for everyone to understand that there is nothing to be afraid of. So let's speak about listening. When it comes to the listening test, it's going to last maybe half an hour,
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yes.
So how it works is your teacher will speak. They will read some English sentences, and what you need to do is to fill the empty spaces in the test. So, for example, if they say we need to send shipment to UK, you will have the empty space for UK. So you will have to write down this mostly like that. So it's nothing scary. There is no professional expressions. It's very simple for everyday use.
So basically, the format or the example that Giovanna is using it's a conversation that you're having. So if Giovanna and I were having a conversation, if I wanted to ship a package to the UK, like the example she's using, we'd pretend that we're on a phone call, and I would say, "Hello, I'm Gaetano, and I want to ship a box to the UK." And the documents in front of her would say something like, where does he want to ship this box to? So she would understand that I want to ship it to the UK. Then she would ask me, well, how big is this box, right? And then I would tell her, well, the dimensions, the length, the width, the height. And again, if that's the requirement to fill in the blank, then you would put what the length is, but 4 or 5 inches by 6 inches by 8 inches, whatever I tell her, she's going to write down. So it's very basic, very easy, very calm.
So the point is to concentrate. And that is the basic thing you should do, and trust me, you will get everything right. So let's move on to what is next? Speaking. Okay, for the speaking, this is I think the easiest part, because it's going to be from 10 to 12 minutes, I believe, where teacher will ask you questions and you will have to speak about it. I printed some examples for you guys. So for example, they will ask you, let's talk about your hometown or village. So what you need to do is just to speak for next 10 minutes, some nice parts of that, some, people that live in, whatever is, making you remember your town, you can speak about that.
Yeah, it's very simple. If you can speak to your friends about your hometown, you're going to be speaking with the instructor or the tutor about the same thing. So say, where do you live? Well, I live in Hamilton. It's a very busy town. It's a city, population of 500,000, and you go on and on. What's the type of industry in that city? You just talk about everything for 10, 12 minutes, which is very easy to cover.
Also, what is very important is, even if you don't get every single verb, time, like everything correct, that doesn't mean that you failed. You need to understand that, because how IELTS works, there is levels that are accepted. So within these levels, you don't have to know every single thing. So for us as a company, for immigration process, the minimum level for us to accept your application will be level 6, and we had the freedom to check what is necessary to be level 6, which is that you should understand the sentence and speak. You don't have to get every single thing right, but it's very important that you understand the concept of the sentence. So that's why even if you mix the verbs, which I also do, I'm not a native English speaker, that's completely fine, because you will pass.
Yeah, the employers in Canada are looking for people that can communicate. So by communicating, it means getting your point across, understanding what they're asking of you, and being able to be understood. I mean, it's pretty basic.
Yes, definitely. So when it comes to speaking, that's how the test looks like. When it comes to the writing, which most of my clients are afraid of, because when you actually need to put the words on paper, people get very scared and anxious, so they mix everything, which I also do sometimes. But let's speak about some examples. I also printed some. So the test will be around 20 minutes, okay? They will give you some subject to write about. It's more like an essay. Here we have like, you have some problem in your accommodation with the landlord, so you need to write a letter to him. You have 150 words to write in your essay, and it will take you around 20 minutes to half an hour to complete. So basically, you don't have to worry about being complete true grammar, but just make it with your own words. That's what I can say about writing.
Like, it should be in chronological order, right? You're going to write what is the issue of your accommodations, what's the problem, what's going on, what is it that you're recommending, or how's it affecting you first of all, then how can you rectify this problem. So they want to see that there's your pattern of thinking as well as the way you write.
Of course, and the final one would be reading, which it's the easiest one to practice, because you can just buy some book in English, or any newspaper or magazine, whatever, and you can just learn or train how to read properly. So we also downloaded some of the examples. Basically, London to Brighton bike ride. So here is the essay about the safety precautions that you would take when riding the bike, wear a helmet, attracting assistance, and all of these things. So it's very, very, very basic. I wouldn't say it's hard, right?
No, I mean you just read what it is that they give you, and I believe there's some questions on the back end of this as well. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's a reading and a bit of understanding as well. So you're going to read the paragraph or the page that they give you to read, and then they have certain questions following that to see if you understood what you read. Right? Just by reading it isn't enough. You have to understand what you're reading. So again, with practice, everything is easy.
Of course, please note that listening, reading, and writing you will take the test the same day, and speaking is a week after. So you have 1 week to prepare more if you want to score higher. How long it will take to receive the results? I think very, very soon.
Yeah, it's a short period after that, 2 weeks roughly.
Also, what I wanted to tell you is that there is 2 ways of taking the test. So half of the test is on computer and half of the test is on the paper in front of you. Now, due to this coronavirus outbreak, they also offer online testing, I believe, which is also much faster.
Yeah. They try to facilitate. They know that people want to move on with their lives. So, and Ielts is a very important part of a lot of applications and programs that we offer. So, the Ielts people, the British Council, they're all facilitating people to get those tests done so that they can move on with their lives.
Definitely, and also you can always hire a tutor or a teacher, to help you, because there is specific training courses for this test, since it's very popular for immigration, even studies, and there's lots of ways to move to Canada, Australia, UK, based on including this Ielts. So you can find private tutor to help you with it.
Yeah, and stay tuned, because we're going to have a surprise for you regarding Ielts, because we're going to be able to offer you some training and in order to improve your speaking, listening, writing, and reading skills. So stay tuned. That's good news that's coming forward.
Yes, we definitely decided. We were thinking so much, shall we just provide you with some basic information about immigration every single week? But we want to go more into it, and we actually want to offer assistance to our clients in the place where they're the weakest and more scared, which is definitely English testing.
Mm-hmm.
So we will try to find the best way to help you guys. We are still discussing the best possibilities. But as Gaetana said, stay tuned. We have some exciting news, and we're always here to assist you in best way possible. So if you have any other suggestion, what you would like to hear from us, we will be more than happy to prepare for the next week live.
Certainly, and follow us, of course.
Yes, follow us everywhere on YouTube, Vazir Group, Instagram profile, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We will always keep in touch with you guys however we can. So stay in touch with us always and write us your questions, concerns. If you want to introduce us to your family members, to your colleagues that are interested in immigration, please do so. We will be happy to meet them.
And always find us at vazirgroup.com and take a look at the programs we have to offer. And I'm sure there's one there for you. And do come in and set up an appointment. We gladly sit with you and explain the programs. No cost to you. It's a learning process on finding out what the programs work best for you.
Definitely. So we look forward to hear from all of you, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.